Hey, what is up, humans? It's your favorite demon, Raze Silva, and we are back with another episode of MeatEater. Today it looks like it's gonna be Coues whitetail deer, which are just whitetail deer, but they're a lot smaller. So, anyway, we're gonna just jump into it. Let's go.
On this hunt, I'm headed to the Sky Island mountain ranges of southeast Arizona to hunt Coues whitetail deer. In this remote desert region, you have to be willing to go the extra mile to land one of these elusive animals.
This is just so discouraging, man. Nothing but does.
I'm Steven.
I'm not gonna lie, I love seeing a doe because that means I don't have to worry about. So where I live, there are certain regulations on bucks. So, and so seeing a doe makes me very happy.
Ranella. To me, hunting isn't only about the pursuit of an animal. It's about who we are and what we're made of. It's about sustenance and survival. It's about connecting to the land.
But I also don't have all the opportunities to hunt like this man does. So, big difference there. He can be as selective as he wants to be. People that like you get to hunt a lot, like you're always gonna have some form of meat. Like this man never has to go to the grocery store to buy meat. Guaranteed.
It's about the purity of the challenge. It's about life. In each and every one of us, there is a primal instinct to hunt and consume. I live to hunt and hunt to live. I am a meat eater. I've never spent much time hunting in Arizona before, but this year I've drawn a tag for Coues deer in a region of Coronado National Forest that lies in the southeast corner of the state. The only scientifically recognized subspecies of the whitetail deer. Coues deer are small.
I will say he probably only has a buck tag. That was something that I, for some reason, like just completely went over my head. So I apologize.
With bucks averaging around 100 pounds, and they've got a reputation as a fiercely difficult animal to hunt. They live in what are called sky islands, basically small, rugged mountain ranges that stick up out of the sea of the surrounding desert, and you've got to get up early to have a chance at them. I'll be honest, I have no experience with Coues deer and little experience with the land they live on, so I'm headed to track down a local expert. Cody Nelson is a friend who works at Outdoorsman's, an iconic Phoenix sporting goods store. Cody's assistance is invaluable. You can't beat local knowledge. I want to find out where these deer hang out, how they move, how they fit into the landscape. Without that mental image of a deer hanging around on this kind of ground, my chances of success are very poor.
These deer, they'll move. They may move a couple steps and stop. So you got to think about it every time that your eyes blink or you just get that little shake. I mean, in that instant, they can be totally still and you can go right by them and not realize it. Basically, you want to move your eyes, not your binoculars. I got deer. See where that peak is? Yeah. There's kind of a tabletop right there. Yeah. If you take the lowest juniper just below the shelf, yeah, then come down open slope to the right.
Oh, I got her.
Got her.
There's no one behind it.
That right there is why optics on a tripod are important. That's a tough spot, man.
Looking at a Coues deer, I see that these are some of the most difficult animals to spot that I've ever encountered. They totally match their environment.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't get a single original spot all morning. Cody does it all. But I think I'm starting to get a feel for them. So when the deer bed down for the day, Cody gives me some last-minute advice about the area, and then I take off on my own.
I got such a good feeling about this spot. Just a choice looking drainage down there.
I'm looking at a variety of habitat types across a range of elevations. And these hillsides here remind me of pictures of the Serengeti. But the difference is that those pictures show massive herds of animals, and I can't manage to find a single one.
It also doesn't help that literally, other than like the every so often like real patch of green, like all like the rest of this, like all of this, like there could be a deer standing there and they'd be completely invisible damn near.
I can tell you with absolute certainty that I was looking at deer tonight and not seeing them. It's just like not clicking yet, man. And I used to pride myself on having a good game eye. It's humiliating. I'm just looking through them. I know I'm just looking through them.
That happens, especially in an area that you're not familiar with, which hell, even in an area that you're familiar with, like your eyes will mess with you.
But they do call him the gray ghost. Anything you read about Coues deer says the gray ghost. Now I know why.
Last night was a disappointment, but today I'm up early and I've got a plan of action.
I want to get on a spot where I can look sort of up and down across this deep canyon. This looks pretty good here. And I got a good backdrop to help conceal my movements. I can always adjust later, but I'm gonna get set up and start looking right now.
When you're glassing country this big, you're only seeing half of it at any given time. So naturally, you want to see the other half. We know the saying about how the grass is always greener on the other side of the mountain. You also imagine that it has a lot more deer on it.
Been watching this brushy canyon with a bunch of north facing slopes. Cody was really suggesting that kind of stuff. But I've been picking it apart for a long time. I want to move somewhere.
Gonna get some weather, man. For sure. It's already raining over there. Yeah, here it comes. Smoke coming down. I went into this picturing hot sunshine. I was thinking about coming back with a savage tan.
No, you're gonna get rained on.
Here we are, getting soaked.
The weather does what it does.
May your tag of a lifetime finally come through. May the snow pile up and the elk come down. May your socks always stay dry.
Oh, is this an ad?
May the herd bull finally break from the herd. And may your aim always stay true. Welcome to the next level. Welcome to the Vortex.
Looking for more MeatEater? Be sure and check out our website at themeateater.com. You'll find all kinds of great stuff, from choice cuts of footage that didn't make the episodes to wife-pleasing recipes for that ruddy old buck you got last fall. And that's not all. You'll also find honest gear reviews, blogs from the crew, shirts and stickers with our cool logo on them, and links to learn more about the gear I use in the field. So get over there and check it out, themeateater.com.
Gotten into like some, what I'm hoping to be a pretty undisturbed area. So really what I want is I want to just be able to look at a ton of stuff. If I could see down these long.
I'm the type of person, like, anytime I make any kind of noise, like, I instantly stop and I kind of like tense because I'm like, shit. Steve obviously is not too worried about it. He's just trudging along.
Creek beds. You can also see some of these high.
But with all the shit that Steve has to carry, like, you're gonna make noise. So I guess it's just kind of one of those things, like, don't worry about it.
brushy draws, I'll be pretty happy. They look like a couple baldies. A couple does just up out of their bed. It's a good sign.
Even if those does had been bucks, they might as well have been on the moon. There's an impassable canyon that sits between me and them.
I have just torn this hillside apart with these binoculars. Nothing but does.
I mean, that happens. There are times where you're gonna see everything but what you're after.
Yeah, today was a total bust. I mean, no, not total bust. I mean, seeing does. Just not finding bucks, man.
No matter how discouraged you get, you cannot help but feel incredibly optimistic in the morning when the sun's coming up and you're sitting in a good spot, man.
Truer words have never been spoken. I am not gonna lie. Like, you feel good. You feel good, like, when that sun is coming up, and you're like, hell yeah, like, this is gonna be it. Like, we're gonna get the one.
I got 4 deer up in this saddle. And I'm gonna watch, see where they're going to bed. With that said, when that sun comes up, a lot of what I'm looking at, I'm gonna be looking right into the sun.
Yeah.
That gang of deer I've been watching. I mean, that sun couldn't be more on top of those deer. Just totally blew that image out. There's nothing I can do about those deer now. Unless I see something better, I'm going up there tonight.
But I'm looking at stuff that's 1.5 miles away. Across that canyon.
Yeah, that canyon's gonna be the real
Picked up
kicker.
those deer that I lost in the light.
Man, these deer are just like boxing, just drilling each other.
Oh.
Man, what is her problem? What a mean old girl. I know I'm only seeing a percentage of what's actually going on. I've seen like 13, 14
I don't think I've ever seen a deer do that. Okay.
deer up there. A lot of them are unidentified.
I've seen kangaroos do that shit.
Like, I don't know if they're buck or doe.
Those deer are up on that mountain because they're not disturbed by other hunters. The canyon keeps them out, but I'm gonna find a way to cross it.
I just gotta work over there careful so I don't blow the place out. I got 2 canyons to cross. The first one isn't gonna be a big deal. The second one's like a real deep hellhole, so I'll have to maybe go down one spot, then go up or down the canyon to find a way out of there. But I got a couple hours to do this before I need to be set up for tonight. Wanna hear that? Oh, Mo, get a rack, get a rack.
Ooh.
Mo, get a rack, get a rack, get a rack, get a rack. I'm on a snake, on a snake. Holy smokes. Unbelievable. Standing on him.
Yeah. Bro. Yeah. I, I I'd have blown. I'm not gonna lie. I hate snakes. I'd have screamed like a little bitch.
Stepped on a rattlesnake. He's not big, but he's gonna get et.
I need to get across this canyon. The deer are up on the other side, and a snake is not enough meat for this trip. But just finding a way down into it is proving to be very difficult.
There's gotta be some way down. This thing looks like it just goes straight edge, man.
I've got to be careful to pick a place to descend that doesn't require 100% of my energy. That's because, with any luck, I'll be packing on a lot more weight than I'm packing in.
Man, unbelievable. Oh, sweet, man. There's a spot down. All I'm gonna do is find a spot out.
It's unreal down here. It looks like somebody scooped up a slice of land from another continent and then airdropped it into the middle of the desert. It's gorgeous, but it's still an obstacle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this. Pretty gradual slope. This is like a little staircase. Good luck, I'll get out of here.
In my excitement at getting out of the canyon, I slip up and immediately spook a couple deer.
2 spikes. Spooked them up.
But at least it proves I'm in the right place.
It's a good sign. 2 bucks in range.
I'm reluctant to move into prime glassing position. The wind is such that it's gonna blow my stink right into the saddle where I saw those deer hanging out this morning. The best plan for now is to back off and hope for more favorable winds in the morning. But at least I've got a snack for tonight.
Put him in my bag without really thinking about it. Now he's got snake guts all over everything.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I could just sit there and eat snake.
It's definitely edible. That's good. You know what the moral of that story is? Don't rattle at Steve.
The fact that he
Morning
stepped
in
on that
Coronado
sucker.
National Forest. I'm in good glassing position, the wind is in my favor, and this is the heart of all that deer activity I saw yesterday. I'm running out of time. Today has got to be the day.
Oh, man. Nice big buck. Nothing I can do now. I gotta wait and see what he does. He's a couple 1,000 yards away. I don't know if he came down my side or if he went the other side. Maybe I could crawl in under those junipers and try to find him down below there. That was a nice big buck. I think that's what I want to do.
Kind of one of those things. It's like you gotta go
That's a
for it.
buck.
Oh,
It's wounded. This is a weird situation. There's a wounded buck up here. Like I'm guessing some other hunter must have wounded him maybe. It's a little forky, but I almost think if he's already wounded, I might just shoot him anyways. Instead of going after the big buck.
I would.
Down. I'm gonna move up a little bit, try to get in a better spot. If I can get in position, I can just wait him out.
I've got a shot on his neck, but that's a pretty small target for a deer this size at this range. I'd rather wait him out. Wait till he stands up and I can get a lung.
And that would be all I needed. Like, it's a small target. It's like I'm taking it.
Shot on him.
The sun's gonna come up and be staring right into my scope. I'm gonna have to take that neck shot. Can't see a thing now. Unbelievable. As far as I know, he's up there running away.
You can tell Steve doesn't do the next shot, really. If he's running, Steve missed.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I have never eaten a Coues whitetail, man. This will be the first Coues whitetail I've ever eaten. Unbelievable. Yes. Oh, man. Perfect neck. That is a badass looking little buck. Little back straps. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Back ham. That's the good stuff. Whoa. What a hard hunt.
I got cold, I got hot, I got soaked to the bone in the desert, and I stepped on a rabbit. But this makes it all worth it.
When I was a kid, we'd kill a deer in the morning. It was always like a family ritual that you take that heart home, put it in seasoned flour, fry it in a pan with onions, and we'd eat it with ketchup. Today I'm gonna do like a Southwest version of that childhood meal. If you look at old
Never had heart.
cookbooks, like a Scoffier's culinary guide, you'll see what his recipes where he talks about wrapping meat in caul fat. This is caul fat right here. It's almost like lace, and they'd use this to wrap roasts in. So imagine that you're just doing this heart if you want to, because it keeps moisture from coming out and also base it in fat. It's like a self-basting protective membrane. And I got some tortilla shells, some chilies. I'm just gonna make like caul fat roasted heart tacos. The animal I would choose if I was only gonna eat one animal the rest of my life would be young bull elk. I don't mind limiting to one species. I would never want to limit to one preparation. I would cook young bull elk a lot of different ways.
Caldwell's lead sled. Caldwell engineered the lead sled to eliminate felt recoil from even the heaviest Magnum rifles. Versatility for every shooter.
I guess he's got a lot of ads for like the early ones.
And accuracy for every shot. The lead sled family is the most advanced shooting rest ever developed, only from Caldwell.
It took me 7 glassing sessions in all kinds of conditions, but I finally got my first Coues deer. To celebrate, I'm cooking up a Southwest version of an old childhood recipe, deer heart tacos.
Okay, I got my heart that I wrapped up in that caul fat. That fat kind of dried around it. So you'll see that the caul fat has formed kind of like a layer around it. So we're gonna skewer this guy up now, and then I'm gonna lay it over the coals. I like to do parallel skewers. You have a lot more control and can flip and not have to worry about that thing rolling on you all the time. It takes a lot of aggravation out of it. Part of the thinking on using the caul fat for this is you have it where, one, it's basting that heart in a lot of fat, which is good, especially when you're out hunting and burning tons of calories. It's like you just want energy, and fat becomes your friend rather than your enemy. The other thing is the outside of that fat's gonna burn, but it's gonna protect the inside. Like if I just had this straight heart right here, the thing would be just black. But I'm gonna be able to peel that away and cut nice slices off that heart, and it's just gonna be beautiful meat inside there. But it's just forming a really nice cocoon around that thing. Heat those suckers. My stick broke, which means it's done. Oh yeah, man. Putting that heart meat
And the caul fat, oh, that's perfect cooked. Still a little rare. Okay, so load that boy up. Put some onion on there, little chili lime, and finally, chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. Oh yeah, and I think this is gonna be good.
I'd eat it.
Very good, right on the money.
Like 100%.
A lot of indigenous hunters, they always want to eat the heart of the animals they killed in order to inherit from them their power. They thought that the animal's power and all of its skills and all of its sensory perceptions was encapsulated.
He 100% made the right call, like just abandoning that buck that he wanted for the wounded one. Like, I think that's 100%. That was 100% the right call
In the
to
heart.
make.
I think the message there still kind of resonates with me. And I would say that if it's possible to absorb some of those attributes from an animal, you could do a lot worse than get them from a Coues deer. Because these things live in a rugged place. They have bad predators after them all the time. Horrible climate. Everything's scratchy, itchy, got thorns on it. And they thrive out here. And they are wily, and they are fast, a very worthy prey animal. So if I can eat this heart and tap into a little bit of that Coues deer essence, I think I'll be a better man for it.
Good shit. Good shit. As always, original video will be linked in the description. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. You know, I enjoy watching these, so to share this with everybody, it's fun. I enjoy it. It's a good break from like the VTuber weeb stuff. It's a nice little change of pace for me. Anyway, again, if you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. Original video will be linked down below, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace!